Greetings. Nah, just fucking with y'all. Hey, look, man. This is another part of one of the segment of tidbits. It's an isolated segment of tidbits. So where we about to get our game off and talk about what our respective teams
the Atlanta Hawks,
which is particularly for us, it's the Atlanta Hawks, right? I ain't no diehard Atlanta Hawks fan, but I am an Atlanta Hawks fan. He's for sure.
I'm for sure diehard. Like I said, I'll say it again. Bogey jersey, T-shirt, hanging it up.
Which is insane to me to have a bogey iron on framed on your wall, right? But we want to talk about some of the things that we've been seeing, especially the start of this season, but over the course through the Trae Young era in our franchise. Some of the things that they can work on, and some of the things that they might have to take away. Right? I'm gonna start it off. Some of the things that we're seeing, main factor is defense.
Jesus Christ, we will be terrible on defense.
We're horrible at defense. You know what's crazy?
Team defense. That's crazy because individually, I feel like we have some good defenders, but as a team, our team defense is ass.
But you know what's crazy though? I'm gonna be honest with you. When that time Nico, we was having a conversation. Nico came about me about the Knicks being better than the Hawks. I actually went and did a whole bunch of research on analytics of that stuff.
I bet
we're better than them. Don't get me wrong. We are better than them. But the one thing that we struggled with was the defense, and literally we was at almost the bottom of the barrel of the defense.
I ain't gonna lie though, that goes, like I said, because a lot of it is team defense. One, our fucking star player is never gonna be a defender ever. He doesn't try. He doesn't even attempt to do shit.
Looks lost.
Just off of this last game, he had his fucking back turned to a 3-point shooter, just standing there.
About
shit
3 times I've seen that.
Didn't make any sense. But defense wise, when you got some terrible ass coaches, I felt like we've had over the couple of years.
I ain't gonna say terrible.
Nah, terrible. I don't give a fuck what you say. They terrible.
Nate wasn't terrible, but
Nate was terrible. He got us to the Eastern Conference Finals, but that was more so off of Trae just averaging 30 for the playoffs. But to say that, like, our defense has been terrible. The Knicks' defense have been great. Their coach, Tom Thibodeau, is a great fucking defensive-minded coach.
But let me ask you this question: What tidbits you think that can help us in the defense aspect, as far as like what key factors that you
effort?
You say?
Honestly, a lot of it is effort. Trae, like I said, effort wise is 0. There's no effort at all.
Right.
And if your star player ain't doing that shit, it ain't finna trickle down to nobody else. Right. You got people like DeJounte Murray, who's somewhat known as a defender, but gets blown by, it seems like, every fucking possession.
Pause.
Blown by is crazy. I don't know how to pause, but all right, we gonna keep going. DeAndre Hunter, I want this nigga off the team immediately. He fucking sucks. Clint Capella, great rebounder, but I think it's time for him to go as well. But it also isn't time for Okongwu to be starting yet, which is another thing.
And that's something I had too. Was Murray is defensive aspect, and whether does it fit in what we got going on. I'm not saying Murray's a bad player because he can show that he can.
At times, definitely shows he's a great player.
But does it fit for what we got going on? Also, too, I have Hunter. Hunter a lot of times is a non-factor in the game, especially on a defensive aspect where we potentially got him for a 3-and-D type of player.
Exactly.
Capella is very, very expendable, especially if we're focus is doing the lob threat. You can pretty much get anybody.
Missing 2 wide open dunks, bro.
And then especially missing 2 wide open dunks in a crunch time where your whole purpose on the team is
to catch
for the lob
the alley-oop, my boy.
So I think that they're expendable. But closing out, what do you think that we need to do, or what can we do? And I will lead off with this. I think we need to trade some players, possibly bringing in 2 specific players in mind, which is either Levine or Joel Embiid.
I'm telling you now, that Joel Embiid to Atlanta, I'm pushing that agenda all year.
You heard it here first, and I'm endorsing that.
All year. Joel Embiid to Atlanta, because Embiid with an elite point guard is going to be special.
Right.
But other than that, just for the team that we have, say, as of right now, Jalen Johnson needs to start. I've seen enough. He needs to start. DeAndre Hunter can go be on the bench somewhere. He can go be in street clothes for all I care. Jalen Johnson needs to start. Because he just changes the game so much while he's there as far as playmaking, dunking on people like he did this past game was fucking ridiculous. But yeah,
baptized. That was double homicide.
Double,
all right,
double homicide.
But yeah, so these are just a few things that we see going on with our organization that we feel like can be an additive, and hopefully we turn this ship around and actually get on this right track and actually start being that dominant team that we believe we are.
And that's so with DJ that being said, June, my boy.
It's DJ and June here with I Stand Corrected podcast.